Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Now, I just posted this. Some of you guys are in your best Conor McGregor voice. Who the fuck is that guy? Right? Because I said the same thing. And this is my quote. Cotto may fight this dude next. LOL. Who the fuck is this? If y'all don't get this Asian Ken doll, Juntao. Hey man, where Juntao at? Wipe yourself off. You bleeding. Tekken unlock character off my screen. I love Cotto, but he needs to hang him up if it's slim pickings like this. 147 to 154 pounds is way too stacked of a division for Cotto to be fighting Yuki Nonaka. Yucky, that's what I'm gonna call him, Yucky, and Pacquiao fighting Jeff Horn. This is not right for the consumer, and fights like this prove nothing. Other mentioned option was Bam Bam Brandon Rios, which I'd rather see over Nonaka, but I thought Rios was gonna fight Victor Ortiz, which I prefer over a Cotto fight. Rios has been on a long layoff, even though it looks like he's in good shape, training regularly, and was stopped by Timothy Bradley in his last fight at 147. If Rios fights Cotto, he'll likely have to move up to junior middleweight of 154 or at least a catchweight. I'd rather see Cotto versus Tim Bradley or Diego Chavez, to be honest, or wait for Kirkland to heal. And this is all stemming from El Vocero, who did an interview with Cotto's right-hand man, and those are the listed two options that he named for Cotto to come back in the summertime. Now, it's not definite, it's not finalized. There's no, I guess they got the date unlocked, but the opponent is not unlocked. But in that interview, this is the guy that was named. And Yuki, it's like, who is this dude, man? And they're saying he's ranked in one of the sanctioning bodies at top 8. But I don't even have to go through the sanctioning bodies because I cover boxing to know that there's a lot of names. Because the 147, listen, there's a couple divisions that are pretty stacked for talent. 147 is one of them. 154 is another one, and heavyweight. Those are probably the most stacked division, meaning on any given night you can round robin those guys and you don't know, you know what I mean? 147, Errol Spence, Brooks. Some people are picking Brooks, some people are picking Spence. Spence versus Keith Thurman versus Brooks. You know what I mean? It's really a toss-up in any of those fights. Same thing with 154. You have Demetrius Andrade, you have Jermell Charlo still there, and you have Jared Swift Hurd, you have Cotto. So there's some names there, even with Canelo moving up, even though Cotto already fought him, and with Jermall Charlo moving up to middleweight, 160, you still have players at 154. And I know there's people that are ranked above this guy, because here's his box rec, just so you guys know. And when I typed his name in the Google search, you guys could do it yourself and try it. But I typed it in as you see it, and it didn't even bring him up. It brought up a whole bunch of anime pictures, right? And I was like, what the hell is this? He's not even a real person. He's like a cartoon. Like, what is this? And this is his record: 31, 8, and 3. He has a 24% knock. Let me repeat that. 24% knockout ratio. No cracks. If you have 42 bouts and you won 10 of them by KO, you probably got no cracks. You know what I mean? And that's cool. Not everyone wins by power. He's a southpaw. He's taller than Cotto, 5'11 and a half, and he's out of Japan. He's 39 years old, almost 40 years old. Why do I want to see this, man? This is crazy to me. And I guess he already has a fight on the 22nd of the month. You know what I mean? And he's been stopped before, 1 KO. So it's slim pickings. And like I said, I'm not gonna look at this. This is what I call a Skittles resume, where you see all these colors. This is, man, to me, I gotta keep it real, man. Like, I don't want to see this fight, and it's almost laughable and insulting at the same time that boxing in one of its most epic years is considering even giving us fights like Cotto versus Yuki and Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn in stacked divisions. You know what I'm saying? So I have the utmost respect for Cotto. I met Cotto, but I gotta keep it real, like I always do. and this is not a fight that I want to see. I mean, Cotto versus Timothy Bradley. Bradley, why are you even considering Brandon Rios? For one, he hasn't fought in a while. He's on a long layoff. For two, Timothy Bradley stopped him in his last fight, right? So he still has to kind of bounce back. Plus, I would rather see Rios versus Victor Ortiz. That's just a long-standing grudge that I thought we were getting, but I haven't heard anything updated with that. But I would rather see that. You know what I mean? That's a fight that to me makes more sense. You put it in LA, StubHub Center somewhere, boom, you got yourself an event. Plus, Rios, he looks like, since he went over to Tengusen, he looks like he's losing weight, and he's maintaining and regulating his weight. So if you're gonna fight Cotto, I really feel like it'd be north of 150 pounds. Maybe a catch weight at 152, maybe 154, I don't know. But Cotto and Marquez were having issues finding a weight that worked. Marquez was like, I'll only fight you at like 147, and Cotto was like, nah, come to 150. So I mean, if you're gonna do that to little Marquez, I don't see it changing for Brandon Rios. It's not like he's some big massive A side right now. You know, he hasn't fought in a while. And again, he's keeping his weight down. So I mean, I don't want to see that. Why not fight the guy that beat him, which is Timothy Bradley? And I respect Cotto. I followed his whole career. He has a hell of a resume, slept on resume. But I mean, fair is fair. You have a Hall of Fame trainer in Freddie Roach. You got a Hall of Fame career when it's all said and done. And that's why it's disappointing to even hear that Cotto would even be in mentions to fight Rios next, who, again, long layoff, doesn't have experience over 150, hasn't proven to be the best welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So why are you even considering him? And then this is even worse. Yuki Nonaka. You cannot earn katana sword by stealing. I wasn't going to steal it. You're not gonna call the cops? Not if we make a deal. What kind of a deal? Hey, teach me, train me, to honor you, Shidoshi. I don't know what movie that's from. But, yeah, it's disappointing that Cotto would even, these would be the opponent options. I understand James Kirkland got hurt. You don't know, maybe you don't want to wait, but these options, no bueno. I don't think they're good. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Why not fight Edeslandi Lara? You know what I mean? Puerto Rico versus Cuba. Demetrius Andrade. Some people are saying he looked shaky in his last fight. Clearly wasn't his strongest performance. Maybe you got a shot to beat him now. You know what I'm saying? You have a ton of experience. Jared Swift Hurd. That's a champion who just recently became a champion. Show him the old dog still got some tricks. You know what I mean? Damn, she bad. They both are cute. Damn. Puerto Rico be having them. Wepa. Boricua. Sorry, I got a little distracted. You know what I mean? It just, to me, she's a beast. I like Amanda Serrano. But to me, it just doesn't make sense for Cotto to, like, these are the people you're considering fighting. You know, I'd rather see you fight Amanda Serrano. She got cracked. She's a good fighter. Nah, I'm just playing. But it's just disappointing that boxing would even try to feed us this. You know what I mean? HBO needs to really work on their boxing programming, because Showtime, they are killing in this first half, and they're talking about Cotto's next fight would be on HBO most likely. You know what I'm saying? Like, and based on the two mentioned, damn, there's some chicks out here. But based on the opponents that were mentioned in this interview, these aren't really fights that I think will sell well. You know what I mean? Some people even complain about the James Kirkland fight, but I think the James Kirkland fight is a better fight than the Rios fight or the Yuki. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm about to start kicking it with Cotto. He pulling them. Yeah, not a fan, man. I'm a fan of Cotto, but I'm not a fan of these selections. I don't know why it's been so hard. Like, even the Juan Manuel Marquez fight, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I'm not even joking. I know Shane Mosley just got injured, but I would really rather see a Shane Mosley rematch at like 150. And that's not even something I have to see. But the first fight was competitive. I literally would rather see that. You know what I'm saying? Than a guy I've never heard of from Japan. And I watch a lot of boxing. It's not, you know what I mean? I try to stay in touch with different regions, but it's obviously impossible to keep up with fighters from everywhere. So, yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's wrong for the consumer. Like people, oh, Cotto's a legend, Pacquiao's a legend, Pacquiao can fight Jeff Horn or whoever he wants. That's you're a champion. Pacquiao's a champion. Cotto's like ending his legacy. So it's not just you just literally fight anybody. Like even Floyd when he fought Berto. I mean, Berto is a 2-time world champion with speed, power, and youth. I mean, you can't take that away from him. If Berto would have caught Floyd, if he could catch him, you know what I mean, with the uppercut, that could have changed things. Floyd's, you know what I mean, pushing 40. But, I mean, a guy like the Yuki, he has 10 knockouts, 24% knockout ratio. So, I mean, are we really to believe that he has a chance? That, to me, with that, you know how they say a puncher's chance? You just eliminate the puncher's chance. Now the only thing you can do is outbox because Cotto is tough. Cotto just fought Canelo, who looked significantly bigger than him, and he didn't get knocked out by Canelo. So, I mean, is he really gonna? I know boxing is weird and stuff like that, but is he really and truly gonna get knocked out by a guy with 10 knockouts in 40 plus fights with a 24% knockout ratio? When Antonio Margarito arguably had to cheat to knock him out, you know what I mean? Pacquiao knocked him out when he was mowing down everybody. So it just, I don't know, man. I like Cotto, but fair is fair. And ever since he got the Rock Nation deal, he's getting all this money, which is cool. Get your money. I never hate on someone getting their money, but it's like you got to put on some better cards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people don't want to see just purely exhibition fights like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't really mean anything. And I'm sure if I dug deep enough, I could really look at the 154 picture and find somebody. Like Vanes Martirosyan, he's a free agent right now, right? He's a free agent. He's no longer with Al Heyman. You could probably reach out to him, and he's an Olympian. So to me, that would be good. Diego Chavez. I really feel like there's somebody else. So I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's hard. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe they don't want to work with Al Heyman fighters because I heard Rock Nation. I mean, I don't really think they've put on a fight with Al Heyman yet. But again, like I said, Vanes Martirosyan, that'd be a solid. Martirosyan's never been knocked out that I can remember. There's other options at 54 that will mean a bit more. You know what I mean? And I don't like, and it's the worst year to be doing this to me because 2017, we're getting Garcia Thurman, a fight that needed to happen, a unification. We're getting a mandatory who's looking like a beast, Errol Spence Jr. fighting a champion who is a beast at welterweight, Kell Brook. We're getting Joshua Klitschko, a meaningful fight, right? So to hear about Pacquiao and Jeff Horn most likely getting finalized, Cotto versus this Yuki guy or Brandon Rios, not really a good sign to me. You know what I mean? These are just oh man, Will Smith. Yeah, I mean, again, what's the point of even fighting if it's like these style fights? You know what I'm saying? And Cotto's resume, and some people will be like, "Oh, you're just being hard on Cotto, or you hate on Cotto." It's actually not. I have like respect for Cotto, and I know he's a good fighter. That's why I want to see him in a fight that at least has a little bit more intrigue and competitiveness on paper. You know what I mean? You just fought Canelo. Why would you be fighting? I don't know. It's weird to me. But maybe you guys love the fight. You let me know in the comment section. I don't even know who this dude is. Like, name one person on his resume that you know. Charles Bellamy, who's that? Bill Bellamy's brother. Like, name any of these people that he fought or lost to. Like Floyd said, I don't know who you beat, I don't know who you lost to. I don't know who you beat, I don't know who you lost to. That's how I feel about this dude. I don't know who you beat, I don't know who you lost to. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know of other options you can think of that Cotto could possibly fight. Like I said, Marquez would be a better option. Vanes Martirosyan, Diego Chavez. There's a couple of names that I could think of that you could probably get. Like Diego Chavez, I don't even know who his promoter is. So there shouldn't be any block. He fought Timothy Bradley. Diego Chavez fought Timothy Bradley for $35,000 roughly, if I'm not mistaken. And Bradley got way more money. So if he can get a big main event fight with Bradley for $35,000, then he'll probably fight Cotto for whatever, $15,000, or you know what I'm saying? He might even do it for a hungry man dinner, and you know what I mean, $500. I don't know, because the inflation is different in Argentina. and I haven't heard him in any major fights on U.S. soil. So he might just be desperate for a fight, because that's what happens when you get desperate. Nicholas Walters, he turned down the Lomachenko fight because they couldn't get the numbers right, and then later that year they starved him out, and then he later fought Lomachenko for less money than he was gonna get in the first fight. So that's what happens sometimes. This is a livelihood. These guys got to make a living. So I respect Cotto and hold him to a higher standard than the two opponents that they've mentioned. You know what I mean? Even Timothy Bradley. I literally interviewed Timothy Bradley, I want to say 4 weeks ago, a month ago or so, and he had some size to him. He didn't look like mad out of shape, but he looked big. You know what I mean? He was at least 162. You know what I mean? From just the eye test. And he has some size to him. So I would love a Cotto versus Bradley even though he lost to Pacquiao and he's been MIA too. It's still better than, it's two names. You know what I mean? You could put that in New York, Bradley versus Cotto. That would sell. And that's a name that I've heard of in the past, so I don't understand that. Demetrius Andre, Adeslani Lara, I could think of tons of fights. So I don't understand why Rock Nation is having such a difficult time and trying to get this Ken doll looking dude. Let me know what you guys think. Drop in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hey, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.